Hi guys, this is Ratchetro, and we are playing Criminal Case, Mysteries of the Past, and we are going to case number 26 in Courtyard Gorge, and I guess this district is going to be all about investigating Italians. Last one were Irish and now Italians. Good start for now. The day after the takeover of Stowe Prince by Vittorio Capeccio's Italian gang is just the tip of the iceberg as far as the boss's activities in the Courtyard Gorge are concerned. We need to delve deeper into Capeccio's exploits in the region, and what better place to start than Devil's Ridge, one of the district's major trading posts. I must say I'm looking forward to the cheer of a bustling town. I just hope there won't be too many horses about. But I forgot about your funeral horses. Sure you know want me to take over while you stay on the airship, but also protect you if any of the dusty animals try to get on board. What, you have funeral horses? What? Are you saying a horse would be capable of boarding the airship? I didn't say that. I might ask you adjusted would be. But yes, I really must overcome my equinophobia for the greater good of Concordia. And there I will go to Devil's Ridge. Equinophobia is does that mean the fear of horses? Alright, Katia was under the impression that Devil's Ridge was a bustling metropolis, but there is no soul in sight. All the windows are dark and dust-ridden. It's a veritable ghost town. Nicest spot, yeah, I do see a lone light emanating from one of the windows near the main square. Let's go take a look. And the murder is going to be... Wait, how's the case called? Giving up the ghost. Don't tell me there are going to be ghosts. And I mean imaginable ghosts, like... Just some suspect saying, I saw a ghost, you saw a Casper. Let's see about that. Jesus. His hands are tied up. It is a murder. Mon Dieu, Katia found a man hanging dead from a tree. Did he take his own life? Well, the victim's hands have been tied, which means he can't have hanged himself. He has to have been murdered. This is certainly not the welcome I expected when we... Good lord, Wilfie Moing is dead? Hey God, you gave me a fright, good sir. Who might you be? Walter Abernathy at your service. I'm a town postman. Well, I'm glad to see there's at least one living soul in this town. Please wait here, Mr. Abernathy. The devil won't have a word with you shortly. Indeed, if your victim's name is Wilbur, then this bow tie must be his. Initials WW are engraved upon it. There's also some white powder all over the pattern. Let's collect a sample. But yeah, that body at a ghost town may not have been what we expect to find in Devil's Ridge. Or we shall leave no stone unturned in our quest to find the killer. Why am I expecting some ghosts to come? Let's see about that. Let's start the autopsy. And as you know, I'm gonna need to start to do all of this. And we're also gonna wait for Victor's body to finish. See in a bit. Let's see what happened to Will. I haven't dealt with a hanging for a long while. Makes me feel quite nostalgic. What tickles your fancy, Richard? Now, would you mind divulging what you discovered about our victim? Yes, Bourville, Wyoming. First off, the pattern of his injuries confirms that this was no suicide. Wyoming was murdered in cold blood. For instance, the bloody cuts on victim's hands and bare feet indicate that someone dragged him to the tree from which he was hanged. I also noticed alarming levels of alcohol in Wyoming's blood, with flash to be exact, and instead of a rare brand of whiskey, I let the killer intended to weaken Wyoming with the whiskey all the easier to drag him. Then Wyoming was hoisted up by a rope from below and left to hang, meaning death by slow, excruciating asphyxiation. Mon Dieu, what a terrible way to die, but at least confirms the rope as our murder weapon. It does indeed. What's more, the killer didn't realize that their sadistic methods left us a fine piece of evidence. You see, the only way our perpetrator would have been able to pull a man as large as Wyoming so high is by knotting ropes together to create a pulley. This policy system will reduce the effort needed to lift Wyoming by half, allowing him to be much more easily raised. Creating such a mechanism using rope requires a high knowledge of knotting, which makes Yukiro a damn hand at tying complex knots. Well, our murderer won't even be able to tie their shoelaces when we bind them in handcuffs, Katrina. Okay. Very creative of the killer. One way to kill someone. Alright, now this, whatever that is. But yeah, let's send those white granules to collect from Vitis tie straight to Viola. What, I'm not gonna analyze it with the microscope? No, of course. 3 hours. And now let's go talk to Walter. Mr. Abernathy, what can you tell us about Will Wyoming, the man we found hanging from a tree in the center of Devil's Ridge? Oh, Will was a Devil's Ridge born and bred. He grew up in this here town, but he'd been away for a while, yes sirree. Anywho, he came back a couple of days ago and stopped by my post office to pick up some stamps and whatnot. Well, now it seems like you're the only person left in Devil's Ridge. Do you know where the rest of the inhabitants have gone? I'm as doggone puzzled as you are, yes sirree. It was weeks ago now. It'd been out and about delivering mail around Cold Gorge. When I got back to Devil's Ridge, the folks had all up and left. But I'm as sure can be that they'll be coming back real soon. That's why I stayed here, to get their posts all good and proper for when they decide to come on home. I admire your optimism, Mr. Abernathy. I think since we know Mr. Vyani visited this post office, you had better take a look around it. Yeah, still no soul in this town. But we'll see about that. Who's going to be our next suspects? I wonder what these broken pieces of cardboard once were. Let's put them back together. And I agree, this fancy truck seems very out of place here. Why don't we have a quick rummage inside? Okay. Okay, first let's restore this. Howdy, cowboy. This is a cover of a book called The Buckaroo's Guide to Surviving in the Wild. You're right, there's a faded description of a car. I can make out the words to will, dact, will, but that's it all. That is all. Wow. Oh, dact. Look at willed? Wildcat will. Sorry, I don't know what's happening with me. Could this be referring to our victim? If so, uncovering the rest of the description is of utmost importance, I agree. Okay. Alright, now let's search this trunk. Just a portrait of some woman. I think I don't much enjoy it if they draw a person's intimate belongings, but my curiosity has certainly been piqued by the oil painted portrait I found in the trunk. Let's see if we can identify this grand lady through our registry. Okay. Okay, now this book. The Wildcat will. This will come in useful. Oh use one of these. I can't read it now. The full description of the book how to raise the wildcat. This will come in use of one of these here then days. Your paw, Jeb. Your paw? That this Jeb has to be our Vitty's father. That's old man, Jeb Wyoming's right there. Yes, sir. He's the only other Daily Ridgers who didn't pull up stakes and leave. In that case, he had better find old man Jeb and pass on the sad news of his son's demise. Okay? And now this woman. You identify Franca Capacci, you say? Oh, that Whippety does look like, that woman does look like Italian, so... Yeah, registered match the portrait found at the post office, the woman named Franca Capacci. Oh my, this Franca is none other than the wife of Vittorio Capacci, the Italian mobster. Mrs. Capacci's records show she's been living in Italy for the last few years, but I see she's now back in Concordia and more specifically right here in Devil's Ridge. Let's find her. Okay. Alright, first let's go talk to Jeb. Hey you! What you think you all are doing trespassing on my property? Mr. Wyoming, we apologize for the disturbance and we are sorry to inform you that your son Willie has been murdered. My son? Murdered? Ah, I knew that Shovel would finally catch up with my wildcat Willie. He left Devil's Ridge. I'll bet you all them folks who up sticks will count to the same end. Life outside Devil's Ridge just ain't sane. That's what I always told my wildcat Willie. Now, if you all are done snooping around, you better get. I ain't got no more time for you. Jesus. Tough you think you are. We'll see about that. Now let's go talk to Franca. Mrs. Capacci, the lady's trunk belongs to you. Ah, fantastico. I've been looking all over my precious trunk. Grazie mille. Mrs. Capacci, detective and I are investigating a murder. A man called Will Wyoming was hanged earlier. Do you happen to know anything about his death? A murder? Mamma mia, this place is dangerous. I don't know anything about this Senor Wyoming. All I care about is finding my way to my husband's hacienda. He as good as owns these lands, don't you know? But Mom, I must say, this place is just disgustoso. Look at me, I'm sweating like a pig. How could I be expected to cook pasta in these conditions? Did you hear how casually Mrs. Capacci mentioned her husband's hold over these lands? We'll definitely need to keep an eye out for the Italian mob's activities around these parts, Katria. I knew it. Well, let's look at this white granules. Yeah, I know about you, but I always been accused of being nitpicky. Although I suppose fastidiousness is an attribute in my line of work. I'm sure it is, Deville, but what does being nitpicky have to do with the white particles we extract from the Vitty's bolo tie? It has everything to do with it. You see, these white granules are nits. The explanted or hair follicles by head lice. Ah, no. Think of that Vitty's hair was pristine, which means head lice were left on the bolo tie by his itchy scalp killer. Yeesh! When we do catch up with Rukati, I try not to get too close to their lice-ridden locks. Oh gosh, not this again. But I'm well and truly stopped by this case so far. Where are Devil's Ridge supposedly bustling trading post, only to find completely abandoned apart from a postman, a grumpy old timer, and his hanged son. While Franca Capacci, Victoria's wife, claims simply to be on her way to rejoin her husband, who apparently has a stronghold over Coyote Gorge. If any of these people harbor a motive to kill the victim, I feel we have yet to uncover it. Eee, what is it? Yet I'm certain. I think what was that noise? My god, it's a wild horse! Run for your life, Katria! Oh my gosh, you're going right in front of me! And it stopped. I didn't expect that. Alright, we are gonna stop here. You're gonna continue playing chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Hope you liked this video, and I'll see you again Goodbye.
In the back, in the back.